10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Oh,
It's us. We're EM Publishing.
It is.
We're doing our monthly updates. We do them every month, and
Oh my
this is the
God.
last one. And then we have a dog here as well.
And we have a dog.
Yeah, and it's the last one of 2025 because we're now in December. So this month we are going to be talking about everything that's coming up in 2026.
That we are.
That we are. So we have a big blog article up on our website if you prefer to read the information, but probably not because you're here watching the video, so that's unlikely.
Or you could do both. It's not an either or situation.
It's true. In most countries, it's legal to do both, so you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, we'll be talking through what's going on with us in 2026 and coming up. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jess. I'm the business manager of EM Publishing. Russ, do you want to introduce yourself?
I am Jess. Oh no, that's you. I am Russ, the CEO of EN Publishing.
Yes.
But I am easily confused with Jess, the business manager, because we look very, very similar.
Yes, we are twins and a very similar age.
And height.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on. So we'll talk about what we've got coming up next year. Before we do that, as always, I'm going to talk about fulfillment projects we've got going on. So if you're a backer of one of our crowdfunding campaigns, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your support. And all the people that have bought stuff over the holidays on our web store for the holiday season, thank you very much for your support there as well. If you order now, it probably won't arrive in time for Christmas, just to let you know. But yes, those details are on the website if you're ordering from there. Anyway, shipping and fulfillment for other things, though. So first we have pets and sidekicks. So we crowdfunded this in the autumn of this year. Was it autumn or was it the summer? When was it out?
I think it was autumn. I don't know. I can't remember
September?
last week, let alone earlier in the year.
Anyway, had our crowdfunding campaign. It's printed, it's made, it's gone out early to backers in the UK, Europe, and Australia. So if you're in those parts of the world, you may have already received your books because they've left the warehouse. If you're in the US, they are on their way to you. They will be fulfilled in January as originally planned. They're due to arrive in the US I think any day now at port, and then we're going to wait for them to get through port. With the holidays coming along, it'll probably be, January, early January time that they clear the port and get to the warehouse. So we're planning on sending
Customs is kind of random anyway. You never know whether you're going to get spot checked or not.
Exactly. But also with the holidays, I imagine it'll be a bit slower as well, just because that sounds reasonable to me. But yeah, they'll arrive in our warehouse in January and we'll send them out then as planned. If, again, for any reason you have any questions or concerns about your order, you can always email me on Kickstarter via direct message. If you send me a private message, because then you can send me your address and I can check those things. Or, of course, you can send us an email to the admin inbox, which is on the screen. But yeah, so that's going out in January, but it's already gone out in the rest of the world. So if you are in the US or Canada, it's going out to you in January. And similarly, What's Old is New role-playing system, the Bestiary, crowdfunded this year as well. And that is due for a January, February fulfillment, and it will be going out you'll be receiving them in January because we're placing the orders at the moment for the books. That's done via print on demand. So depending on where you are in the world, that takes between 2 and 4 weeks. So that should be with you by the end of January. But I'll do more posts on the Kickstarter update page for that as well. And they're the two projects we're in fulfillment for at the moment. Everything else has gone out this year, despite this year of tariffs and shipping turmoils and other things.
Including the mighty Void Runners Codex.
Including the mighty Void Runners
Codex. Enormous, mighty, incredibly heavy Void Runners Codex.
Yes. And if you miss any of that, they're now available on our web store. So if you miss Split the Horde, our first ever board game that we launched, or Void Runners Codex, the massive big box set with all the bits and pieces on, that is up on our web store there. And it'll be going out to retail across the US in the new year as well for both of those things, and in the UK as well. But for now, just on our website for those things. But anyway, we're doing something right now as well.
Right? We are. We're doing a Christmas Kickstarter, unbelievably.
Why not?
Traditionally, we've always avoided Christmas because, you don't really expect people to be backing Kickstarters over the sort of festive period. People have got better things to do, quite frankly. And they've probably got other things to spend their money on, like turkeys and Christmas trees and things. So
Yeah, that's two things you buy.
the two things you buy, yeah. So, but we're doing it this year. We're doing a little Christmas Kickstarter, and it's going all right. It's going well. I'm quite pleased with it.
It's not actually festive theme, but I feel like it is a little bit because it's enchanted trinkets and magic items, which I always think as a GM is a way to like gift your players with stuff that's fun. So that kind of gift giving theme, it's a loose theme, but I feel it's there. And we're giving away 30 of the items as Christmas gifts over on our social media pages. So if you look at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well, we've got one of the magic items for the book going out each day.
Blue sky, blue sky, blue sky.
And on Blue Sky, see all of them. But they're all going out across there. So it's like it is festive in a way because it's little enchanted trinkets.
It's like sort of like an advent calendar, but it started late and it finishes late.
So not at all, but in the
Not
way
at all
that
like an advent calendar. Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, enchanted trinkets is it's 500 plus enchanted trinkets to put in your D&D 5e games. They're really nice. They're not really powerful and balanced, so that a lot of them are really fun and flavorful and kind of things that if you're walking around the world with magic in, you'd expect to exist and someone would come up with to make their life kind of easier, a bit more fun. The index is up on the Kickstarter page, so you can peruse through them all. And there's examples, and like I say, we've got different ones going out across social media, so you can check them out. But yeah, that'll be running into the new year, so it's going over the holidays for Christmas, but it ends on...
And that'll be a fast fulfillment as well, that one. So try and get in on it on the Kickstarter because we'll be doing it pretty soon afterwards.
It will. So it's planned to be a kind of a print on demand really quick. So the PDF will go out the same day the crowdfunder ends. And then we'll wait 2 weeks to get your for the money to come through from Kickstarter. And then we'll place the order. And that's kind of it, really. So in those 2 weeks, whilst Kickstarter's processing your payments, we will send out for your addresses and things. So this will be a really quick one. So that'll be sent out February time. So... yeah, a very quick one. And it ends on the 15th of January. So it does reach over Christmas, but goes a little bit into the new year. So if you're going to wait till your new year paycheck for it, that's when the
I'm just curious to see if anyone backs it on Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah.
I suspect they won't. But it'll be interesting to see if there's just 1 or 2 backers on Christmas Day.
Well, not everyone celebrates Christmas, so why not?
True.
For some people, it's just another day. So
true.
But yeah. But we won't be working on Christmas Day, so if you send us a message on the 25th of December, we will not reply to you.
No, most definitely not.
Not ever, but just that day.
Or probably Boxing Day either.
Yeah, but Boxing Day isn't a thing in America. They don't have Boxing Day.
Well, they have lots of their own holidays.
Yeah, I know, but I was just, Anyway, moving
that's
on.
That one.
So what everyone came here for, what we are doing in 2026. So we have published our plans for the next year of things, what we are doing. And boy, are we doing things. Let's start with this. So.
Okay. The usual Pass Gazette Annual 2025. So that's launching in January, I believe.
Yep, so that is January. We're planning that to be the 13th of January. So that will carry on for a little bit there and going into early February. So it can be mid-January to get us going there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it will be exactly what, if you're a fan of the Pass Gazette, that is our monthly magazine for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. We have the Patreon account where you can get the monthly magazines if you prefer that format. There will be a discounted pledge tier for Pass Gazette patrons as well if you want to pick up the hard copy. So what we'll do for that is we'll provide you a secret link via the Patreon account for that, and then we'll have the one if you just jump in on the annuals every year, that'll be in the usual place as well. And if you're not a Pass Gazette patron, you can become one and then back with the discounted pledge rate. So technically you could just sign up for that 1 month and do it if you wanted. But yeah, so that'll be happening in January and February. That'll be going through there for the Pass Gazette, and that is
that our 4th one now. That's the 4th Pass Gazette annual, isn't it? Maybe 22, 23, 24, and now 25, I think.
So that is our 4th one because the magazine launched in, so in 2022. So yeah, it's been
Wow.
going a long time. So if you want to add to your collection, yeah, I don't have much more to say about that really. But yeah, everything you expect from there. And this is a new thing. Russ, do you want to talk about this? Because this was kind of a
Oh,
little,
yeah. So
this
these
is a
are
little
like,
brainchild.
I wish I had one to actually hold and show, but they're all in our stock boxes out in the garage.
All right.
So they're like A5 size, digest size, paperback,
Wow.
adventures, sort of 15 to 20 pages long, small little things. And each one is a short adventure designed as a one shot, maybe 2 sessions at max, but probably a one shot, which you can just grab. They're cheap. They're under a tenner, cheap just to sort of plug into your, D&D games. So these are 5e adventures. And what we're going to be doing is a crowdfunder where we're going to have a sort of starter set of 5 of them, which you can pick up. So you can pick up a
Yeah.
little bundle of 5 of them to start with, and then we're going to continue publishing them after that. But that's how we're starting.
Yeah. So yeah, these are really fun little adventures. I should have picked some up as well because I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to plug them into my campaign. So I've just got the PDF for now because I'm
Well,
doing
we tried
my.
them out at Dragon Meet. We weren't sure whether people would like them, so we took some along to Dragon Meet, which is a convention in London, which was at the beginning of December. And people seem to like them. So we thought, okay, then,
Yeah,
message received, we will make these. And so we
we'll
will
make
continue to
these.
make them. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, those are really just nice adventures. And like I said, I'm doing like this campaign with my family, my dad who's 70 and my nephews and nieces who are like 10 and 15. And some of the adventures there's lots of different range of them that you can slot into your bigger campaign. So there's one that I'm planning on putting in because there's like a town that people go through and everyone's kind of acting very strange and love struck and there's weirdness going on. So it's really nice to just put an encounter in for a session as they're walking through the world. But they will be going out short quest adventures. It's the preview page is up on Kickstarter right now, so you can follow it if you'd like to be notified when we launch. The first one will be going live in February time. So after the Pass Gazette annual has finished on backer kit, this will launch on Kickstarter. Do you see what we're doing here? Diversifying platforms a little bit. But we'll also have other short quest adventures going on in the year as well. We'll have one in September as well. So the plan is to launch this one and then get another collection then. So if you get them, play through them and like them, there'll be more coming in the autumn as well. That'll be the short quest adventures. And then Alpha Star magazine is happening as well. So, well, again, Russ, this is kind of your baby, Sci-fi. This follows on from the Void Runner. So do you want to introduce that in case people missed?
Yeah. So Alpha Star Magazine, we kickstarted issue number 1 like this month. It just finished very recently anyway. And I was pleased to see people did back it because whether or not we did an issue number 2 depended very much on whether or not people bought issue number 1. So this is the new magazine. It's basically Pass Gazette, but sci-fi. And it goes along with the Void Runners Codex and all that sci-fi side of A5E. Issue number 1 is obviously already kickstarted and funded and it's all filling to backers and stuff. But issue number 2 will be kickstarted spring next year, I think.
Yeah, like I think
remember
end
when,
of March. It'll be running throughout April is the plan. But the pre-launch page is up on BackerKit. So again, you can follow to be notified when it launches on there.
Right now, I am taking pitches for what's going to be in it. So if you want to contribute an article to Alpha Star Magazine, it's just like when you do for Pass Gazette, if you're familiar with that process. Keep an eye out there's a thread on EN World, and I think it's been mentioned on our socials and stuff, on how to email me with your pitches. I'll be choosing them sort of in the new year, which ones I want to go ahead with, ready for having the magazine complete by the spring.
Yeah. And speaking of Alpha Star, I forgot to say in the fulfillment section, we are getting ready to fulfill the Alpha Star magazine. The pledge manager is now live. So if you're a backer of the Alpha Star magazine, we've sent out the pledge manager. So if you wanted to change your pledge, the main thing is give me your address. So in the new year, I can send that to you. So we'll be doing that in the new year as well. But yes, and the plan is for Alpha Star issue 2. We'll be going out in kind of April time, and then Alpha Star issue 3 in the summer, June, July time. And then the last one will be in November for Alpha Star Magazine issue 4. So the idea is these will be kind of quarterly, going out, spaced out throughout the year, spaced out.
Yeah.
Because it's sci-fi.
Basically, yeah, I get it. I got it.
Good. Okay.
Basically, the idea is each one will determine whether or not we carry on. So we'll carry on doing it basically as long as people back them. So if people back issue number 2 and that one funds okay, we'll do number 3. And we'll keep going, and then eventually maybe people will decide they don't want it anymore, in which case we'll stop. But, you'll basically be telling us each time by backing one whether or not you want us to make another one.
Yeah, I mean, making things as long as people buy them seems really reasonable. As your business manager, I agree with that strategy. But yeah, so there'll be more sci-fi content and Void Runners content. If you missed out on the Void Runners Codex, the main box set, and want to pick that up, it is available on our website as well. So if you wanted those core books and things there. And speaking of annual magazines, Insider Magazine is getting its first one this year. So this is going to be very similar to the Pass Gazette. So for those in the know, Insider Magazine has been running for like 10 years, hasn't it?
2016, I think it was. Or I might be off by a year or two.
So close to a decade it has been running. And we changed formats this year in 2025. So instead of being a weekly digital issue, we changed it to a monthly magazine format. You could still pick it up in a digital format, or we had a pledge tier where you could get it sent and posted to your house every month. So it was like a subscription. So I just send, so that's me just sending it to you every month in the post. And when we changed this format, we decided it would be really good to do a hardcover compilation, just like we do for Gate Pass. So that will be coming out on BackerKit. So that will be coming out there. So that is on BackerKit now, so you can kind of follow that. Again, there'll be a discounted pledge tier for the Insider patrons, so you can get the hardcover at a discounted rate, and that secret link to that secret pledge tier will be on Insider Patreon account. And again, if you're not a patron, you can become one to get the discounted rate for that month. But yes, so we did have a question. This is referring back to the Alpha Star magazine. So they said, do you have plans for a Patreon version Alpha Star like Pass Gazette? Well, this at the moment we're doing them.
This one's quarterly, yeah. Yes. So no is the answer to that. No, we're doing those quarterly on BackerKit instead of monthly on Patreon. Yeah. So it's a different. It's slightly different, but
yeah. The main reason for that is there was no way on Patreon for us to charge you quarterly, and we didn't want to charge you monthly for a quarterly product because that didn't feel correct.
Right.
So we thought we'll just charge you when we give you something because that feels more right. So this is the format we're choosing to do it in, to create this in a quarterly basis. I mean, if it became really popular and people wanted it on a monthly basis, that could be something we'd look at in the future. But for 2026, it will be quarterly via BackerKit.
I mean, basically, a peek inside the business. I mean, basically, the sci-fi side is always smaller than the fantasy side, so there's less demand for it. Even though it's my favourite side, I love the sci-fi stuff. Yeah, there is less demand for the sci-fi stuff, so that's why there's less of them. So that's why that's quarterly rather than monthly.
Yeah. There we go. But Insider Magazine will be having the hardcover coming out there, and it'll be the compilation of the first issues. And I believe it was April when we launched the issue 1, so it'll be the first 12 issues. So that will be coming out later this year, not this year, next year, because there's no more this year. There's like 2 weeks left of this year. That will be coming out in May time, so we'll be able to have all 12 issues out and put there. But yes, I'm very excited for this. We're just going to choose what the cover art is. So I'm speaking to Mike Myler, the editor, for that, to talk about what that looks like. But yeah, there we go. That'll be Insider Magazine. And again, that is on BackerKit right now. I'll put the link in so you can just click. With all these things, it's generally easier if you click to notify when we launch, then you'll just get notified when it happens if we change the date. And it also really helps us out as a company, because the more people that follow a pre-launch page means that other people will get to see it. But yes. And next, we had some questions last month about the What's Old is New role-playing system. So if Dungeons & Dragons and Level Up Advanced 5th Edition isn't your thing, then what's old is new. The Crunchy D6 dice pool system is here for you. So we've been putting out new products the last 2 years for it. So in 2024, we did the What's Old is New starter box set. This year, we did the Bestiary, which is due to be fulfilled soon. And next year, we're starting with the Possessed, which is the start of kind of movie trope themes adventures.
Well, it's not the start of; it's the continuation of. So this is one I've
continuation of.
because
Yeah,
we did a whole load of them back in
yeah.
like 2016, 17, 18, and I've had this manuscript on my desk for this is by Richard August, the manuscript for ages and ages and ages and ages. And I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear this finally seeing the light of day. So this one is because each of them is basically a different kind of genre. This one is Exorcist-esque kind of horror, spooky horror stuff for What's Old is New. So these things are always like a source book and adventure in one kind of soft cover book. So there's like a sort of one-off adventure, which is like 2 or 3 sessions long, with all the source book material, like any specific careers or species or equipment or anything like that you would need to run, or special rules that you would need to run that particular adventure. But yeah, that's fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. So yeah, looking forward to this. We, like I said, the manuscript's been on the desk for a while, so we just need to dust it off, tidy it up, and have it ready for next year. And that'll be happening in the summer. So we're believing like July or August time, and that'll be coming to Kickstarter for this one. So I'll put the link for that in the show notes. Is this one for now?
Yeah, modern day. Yeah.
So it's modern day horror, like think the film The Exorcist, that sort of thing.
Yes,
so
correct.
Yeah,
correctamundo.
But yeah, so that is The Possessed for We Are Many, which is nice. I love horror RPGs, so I was excited to do.
Well, this is very spooky horror. It's not slasher horror; it's spooky horror. So that's my favourite sort of horror.
Yeah,
the sort of horror where you don't want to turn the lights off when you go to bed. That sort of horror. That's the best horror.
And also we have a project. I don't know if we are ready to reveal the details of it, because we literally had a meeting.
I think we can reveal the name of it.
Have we decided on the name?
Well, yeah, well, I'm pretty happy with the 2 names. The one name that Paul.
No. Well, I'm saying this because we had a meeting literally 4 hours ago with Paul Hughes to flesh out some of the details of this. So it's very fresh off the press. But we will be having a new Level Up Advanced 5th edition project. Well, I've said we'll be releasing a new tome. But what do you want to share then, Russ? What are you confident sharing?
Well, let's just share the name of it, right? Secrets of the Tome is what this is called.
Okay.
And that's it.
But there we go.
That's all we'll say for now. That's all we'll say for now.
Okay.
But that is our Level Up Kickstarter, which will be late in the year, October-ish, I imagine.
Yes, that'll be planning that for October time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be by Paul Hughes, who did Pets and Sidekicks, who did The Monstrous Menageries, who did Dungeon Delvers. Paul's done a bunch of amazing hardcover books for us. So you know when Paul's writing it, you know it's going to be good.
And there's also a reach out. There's plans, lots of writers that you're seeing in Level Up, a lot of whom are in the third-party author space as well, that in discussions with as well. So yes, it's going to be exciting stuff.
So I'm gently back. DM says, I hope your sci-fi stuff will be compatible with the new Traveller 5e content. Well, only if we have a time machine, so sci-fi stuff is out. Text was fulfilled. I mean, so more specifically, I hope the new Traveller 5e stuff is compatible with our.
Yeah, I mean, in theory,
yeah.
If Travel uses 5e, then Level Up Advanced 5th edition and Void Runner's Codex can be used with 5e. So in theory,
it just depends on how much Traveller 5e deviates from 5e, I guess.
Yeah, but it depends what they do with it, which isn't something we have insight on or control over. So, I mean, as someone said in the comments, if it's basically standard 5e but sci-fi, then I don't see why it wouldn't be compatible. But we haven't put that on the product because, well, they're coming out after us. So,
Yes.
that's how time works, because we are not at the place with our sci-fi knowledge of what we're doing. But yeah, and that is our plan for the year. That's all the things that we're doing. So we're close to pretty much every month having something either on Kickstarter or back a kit. So we're going
The
to
only
be
other thing
having a
is, which we
year.
haven't actually slotted in yet, is a new card game, which is kind of early in development at the moment. So it might not come out in 2026. It might slip over to 2027. But I am excited about it. It's by Mark Kenobi, who did Split the Horde. And it's called Tyrant's Call. And it's kind of a card battling card game. And it's great fun.
I think we'll be looking to playtest that in 2026. So I think if you're watching the monthly live streams or coming to events in person, we might have more news about that in terms of like playtesting and trying stuff out for that, because it definitely will be on development slate in 2026. I don't know where we'd fit it in for another crowdfunder next year. I'm just looking at this.
Yeah, I know. We are kind of tightly backed up, aren't we?
Yeah, so it might be 2027, but I think there is a pre-launch page up on Kickstarter if you're interested in that and would like to follow it. But yeah, and if you want to see Mark Kenobi's game design, Split the Horde is on our website on EM Publishing right now. Yeah, and that's all the details for next year. Level Up Gateway. Work continues on that website. So that is the character creation builder for Level Up Advanced 5th edition, which is an open beta, and you can check it out there. The current goal is to get all the character classes from Adventurer's Guide up to level 20. And if you go onto the site, you can see on the blog post updates where we are with that. But yes.
Yes, Marvin is joining. What would you like us to make in 2026, Marvin?
Anything
dinner.
Edible.
I'd like you to make dinner. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, on that note, maybe we should head off. But I did just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has supported us in 2025. I think people always talk about EM Publishing and talk about us as if we're this really big company, but the two full-time employees are here.
Us, yes.
That is us. But yes, so thank you so much for your support, whether that's back a kit, Kickstarter, buying something on our online store, or watching the podcasts, or posting on EM World, or sharing things we do. Thank you so much, because we can't make fun stuff and fun games without you. So just I want to say thank you for that. But yeah, we will be live again tomorrow at 2 p.m. British Standard Time or 9 a.m. Eastern with the weekly roundup of news, and we will try and round up some news for you, because this time of year,
because there isn't a lot. Yeah,
people aren't launching their games this time of year, so we will do our best to round up the news for you. But I think that's all we have for now. So should we just say
yeah. Wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday and New Year. Because after tomorrow, is that the last time we're going to be broadcasting
live
something
in 2025? Yeah, in 2025.
Yes, yeah.
Tomorrow is the last broadcast. We're having a week off to do holiday celebrations, and then we will return on the 2nd of January to haunt your screens further.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all so much. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you next year.
Bye. See you next year.